What's up, guys? HulkyBoy. Sorry about the state of me. I'm ready for bed. Had a spare bit of time, so I thought I'd knock up a quick video. As the title suggests, I've gone and bought a MacBook. I know what you're thinking. Fan, Mac fag. Sorry, had to be done. It's kind of a one-off, really. I just thought I bought it on a bit of a whim. As you can see, the MacBook itself was supposed to be about £1,400. It's an i5, 8 gig of RAM, 512 SSD model. I managed to get hold of the actual MacBook Pro itself. I also got one of the cases things with it. Got the little Bluetooth mouse with it, and I got a USB super drive, and I paid $600 for all of it, so did pretty well. Couldn't really turn it down at that price. Not going to be doing any gaming on it because of the onboard graphics. It's nothing too spectacular, to be honest. Got it just so I can play around with it and just get used to Mac OS X, mainly for work. I'm gonna have to use them a bit, so it would just be more for my own benefit, learning how to use them and reinstall them in bits and pieces, have a bit of a play around and see what the benefits are. So yeah, let's take a look. Okay guys, just going to quickly go through the connections that you've got on this 13-inch MacBook Pro Retina. You've got the MagSafe 2, the two Thunderbolt 2 ports, USB 3, headphone and dual microphone ports. And on the other side, you've got the SDXC reader, HDMI port, and a second USB 3 port. I love this, you can actually lift it up without lifting the Mac off the top, so it's very nicely weighted. Standard backlit keyboard. I'm used to that with the Alienware, so to have this on the Mac is it's quite nice. As you can see, the spec of this one, like I said, it's the MacBook Pro Retina. It's 13-inch. It was purchased in February 2015. Not too sure why it says mid 2014 there. It's a 2.8 Intel Core i5. Obviously, because it's the 13-inch model, it's a dual core processor. To get the quad core, you have to upgrade to the 15-inch MacBook Pro. 8 gig of DDR3 RAM and the onboard Intel Iris, which obviously I'm not going to be doing any gaming on it with that. The resolution is the default resolution. You can change that if you want to scale it down. System preferences, display. There you go. So you can scale back down, so it makes everything a bit smaller, but personally I prefer the default. So we've got a 13.3-inch display, so it's 2560 pixels across the top and 1600 pixels across the side. The battery, I mean, I've been quite impressed with the battery on this. I mean, obviously at the moment it's touting 9 hours 54 minutes. I think Apple touts a 10-hour battery life on this model. I mean, the best thing about it is that you can just close it straight away, and when you turn it back on, it opens up in literally a couple of seconds and it's ready to go. So it is very quick turning on and off and coming out of sleep. I personally have managed to get between 8 and 9 hours with light use, such as web browsing, bits and pieces. If you're doing anything else on it that's a bit more intensive, you're obviously going to see that drop to about 6 to 7 hours. I'm not going to do any comparisons between this and the Alienware over in the corner. Basically, there's no point in doing it. The Alienware is on Windows, this is on OS X, and this is going to boot up a lot quicker purely because the operating system is a lot quicker to run. It's a lot lighter. It just runs a lot better than Windows. It's much quicker. Completely different build. I mean, if I was to run parallel on this and get Windows 7 on this, it would possibly be worth testing, but I'm not going to go and do it. I don't need it. I've got it. Just got it for a bit of fun, really. Also, the Alienware is an i7 quad. This is an i5 dual, and this has got half the RAM. There's no point in actually doing comparison boot up. But what I can do is just do a restart and show you how quickly it does boot up. Very impressed with the display of it as well. I mean, it is, like I said, it's Retina, so the pictures in the background at least just look fantastic. I mean, I'm quite impressed with how quickly it loads up. I don't often restart it, to be honest, and literally I just shut the lid back on and it's on in seconds, so can't really complain. And there we go, ready to use. Very impressed with the build quality, as you expect with all the newer Macs. They've got a solid aluminium case. It's got the Force trackpad as well with the new model. The charging port is also, I mean, I've known about it for a while. All Macs, they don't have, I mean, they're a lot sturdier. They don't have the issues that you will get with Windows ones where they break up inside. It's literally a magnetic cable. Doesn't matter which way you get it round, it literally just snaps in. There we go, and then it lights up green to let you know it's charging, and then orange when it starts to hit the charge. As you can see there, it's now charging it. So, like I said, very impressed with what I've got, especially for the price. I mean, I got it for a fraction of what it was actually worth, and I have no intention of gaming it. Like I said, I've got the Alienware, which is for gaming. This is literally just for when I'm on the sofa, I want to do some tweet decking or emails or web browsing. Bit of iTunes. This is perfect. It's very quick, responsive, and it also has the benefit of being a much lighter. And for all the guys out there, when you have a laptop on your lap, it does cook your nuts a bit. Whereas this, it doesn't get hot really at all, and it is it's very cool when it's running. I've not really known it to heat up excessively, so yeah, you don't get that cooking sensation. What's up, guys? Hope you enjoyed the video. Stay tuned, we've got new videos coming. Obviously we've got Star Wars that's coming out soon, and also the new Fallout will be coming out in the not too distant future. I will be upgrading to Windows 10 despite my disgust in the review for it. It's got to be done, I suppose. I've seen quite a lot of it at work and it does look okay, but we're going to just see if it breaks the Alienware completely, so that'll be interesting. And the 980 Ti will be coming next week. I have arranged it. So yes, please give the video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, share it, you know what to do, do your thing. See you around, guys.